Hello, I'm Joey Rosenberg, Chief Product Officer at Women Who Code. I'm so excited to be here with you today at Connect Forward, and as an added bonus, celebrating a very special milestone. Women Who Code turns 10. Throughout the conference, we'll be looking forward to connections and career possibilities, to leadership and learning pathways to help you continue to level up in your career, make an impact in this industry, and build the products that shape our world every day. Before we look forward, we want to take a moment to celebrate the last 10 years. Here's a look at just a few moments from our last decade. It's been super fun looking back, and I know that many of you have a favorite memory or impactful moment that you've experienced with Women Who Code. We call these Teal Moments, and we'd love to hear yours. We'd like to invite you to drop those into the chat now to share them with the community. As you reflect back, we'll hear from some of the Women Who Code team about their most memorable moments with Women Who Code.
Hello, my name is Samaria Rooks, Chief People and Inclusion Officer here at Women Who Code. I would have to say my favorite memory was around the time that I began with Women Who Code. It was my very first Connect, and I attended after all of the events that happened and the murdering of George Floyd. We took an activist stance publicly on all of our social media handles, and it was known. So we came to our conference and we had a town hall that really addressed the issues. It was acknowledging, it was powerful, and it really showed that we genuinely cared. More than anything, I was proud to be a part of this movement, a part of this brand, and be working for Women Who Code. By far, that has been my favorite memory since I have been working with Women Who Code.
My favorite memory of the last 10 years is joining the team in 2019 and getting to meet everyone in Atlanta.
Elena Percival, CEO and co-founder of Women Who Code. I'll admit, I'm ambitious. Ringing the bell at the New York Stock Exchange, it was already a lifelong dream. And so to have that opportunity was just incredible. And I personally had one of my really pivotal moments when we were on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. So we had just gotten to ring the bell, and we're there on the ground taking photos, high-fiving, giving each other hugs. And I kind of look around, and as we're taking photos, should we take a professional photo? And one of our board members at the time, Lisa Calhoun, said to me, Elena, you are changing the face of leadership. be yourself. And those words have stuck with me, and I live that now.
Hi, I'm Kimberly Bennett, Chief Legal Officer here at Women Who Code, and I want to share one of my favorite memories. And it was back in 2020, which seems so long ago, but in 2020, at the start of this pandemic, when we were all just figuring out what it was like to be completely virtual and work remotely. And in the United States at the time, we were at another inflection point where it was important and necessary for all of us to have a moment to really reflect on what it meant to have a society that did not meet the true meaning of justice for everyone, for people that looked like me. And as an organization, in the midst of that pandemic and our first completely virtual conference, we had a panel discussion that I was able to participate on, and being a part of that discussion, having those honest conversations, talking about what it meant and why, and the impact that we all can create. For me, that was an amazing and powerful memory, and one of my favorite memories. But it wasn't just that I was able to speak on that panel and to share my thoughts and my experiences, but it was also having the ability to connect with you, the community, after the panel, in my messages via LinkedIn, and having those conversations about what that panel meant to you. And for me, that's what this work is. We are here to do impactful work at Women Who Code, and being a part of that experience, having the necessary, important, and even hard conversations, and then watching us continue to do that work day after day since then has been an amazing experience, and one of my favorite parts and one of my favorite memories here at Women Who Code.
Thank you to everyone for sharing your favorite Women Who Code Teal moment. It's been really fun looking back, and I look forward to celebrating with you all year long on social media with hashtag WWCode turns 10. Hearing all of your stories helped me to reflect on my time at Women Who Code. It has been such an incredible journey to be part of this movement. And all of my favorite moments include times when I've been connecting with all of you. One of my favorite Women Who Code moments used to happen at the closing of every Connect conference. And when I think back to those, one in particular stands out. It was Connect 2019 in San Francisco, and I was 9 months pregnant with my daughter at the time. At the end of a very long conference that had been an incredible day of sharing and learning together. And my colleague delivered the closing keynote, and at the end, she invited me up on stage, and I invited all of the leaders in the audience to join us. And in that moment, I was just surrounded by this incredible community. And I'm guessing that some of you in the audience today were on that stage with me. Those moments when we all come together and connect like that mean so much. And I can think of many other days as we were traveling around the world that you could just feel that bond that this movement creates. And for me, when I think about my moments, it's been all of those times that I was able to connect with each of you. I hope you have an amazing Connect conference. It's my pleasure to turn the stage over to our next speaker, our CEO and co-founder, Elena Percival.
Welcome. Hi, I'm Elena Percival, CEO and co-founder of Women Who Code. Thank you for being part of this amazing moment to celebrate 10 years of Women Who Code. 10 years of community supporting us to have a stronger representation of diverse women in technology and leadership. Women Who Code got our start as a small community of technologists in San Francisco back in 2011. We would meet to learn, belong, and build connections that resulted in engineering projects, career opportunities, and friendships. One theme has remained true through the years, and that is you belong. And we are a community that supports one another. For 10 years, talented technologists have been embodying Women Who Code's mission and living that mission, creating a ripple effect in their lives and in their companies and in the tech industry. In 2013, we formed the nonprofit that has become this global NGO because we firmly believed that people all over the world deserved to have access to this powerful community. And in just 10 years, we have grown to serve members in 134 countries, becoming the largest and most active community of women technologists. There are some amazing people behind the scenes of this journey who I want to thank. This is the Women Who Code team. We are an experienced team who have diverse, lived experiences reflecting the communities we serve. Our team includes Black, Latinx, Asian, and LGBTQ plus individuals, along with those from varying cultural, ethnic, religious, socioeconomic, and geographic backgrounds, all who fiercely believe that tech is better with diverse women in it. We have the honor of serving this incredible mission on a daily basis. Over the past 10 years, this movement has been shaped by hundreds of dedicated members, volunteers, Team Teal advisors, board members. And looking back at 10 years of community, I also want to acknowledge those who founded Women Who Code. Sasha, who started the Women Who Code meetup group in 2011, and Zasmine, Michelle, and I, who envisioned the global nonprofit that exists today. Inclusion at the core has always been a value at Women Who Code. Our goal is to increase access and change the face of tech. We can't do that without putting inclusion at the center. This data is from participants of this event who also represent 65 countries. For 10 years, we've created real change in our community, industry, and people's lives because we truly believe in making space for diverse women in technology and leadership is the easiest way to advance equality for women and girls. You might have noticed that Women Who Code looks a little different at this event. I'm excited to share that Women Who Code is unveiling updated branding, elevating our advocacy voice to celebrate 10 years of Women Who Code. All this time, we have offered interesting technical events that have combined continuous learning with amazing community. Today, we have an average of 5 free technical events every day throughout the year. We are deeply dedicated to providing access, and all of our programming is either free or scholarship accessible. In some ways, we've evolved over the years, and that includes launching our YouTube channel, which has increased our ability to provide access to our members by making Women Who Code content available on demand. Women Who Code track communities, are fellow-led, and build deep learning expertise by connecting communities and content across the globe. Women Who Code built our job board for our members by taking into account the needs of talented, busy, diverse engineers and the bias that we encounter and working to overcome it together. If you're considering your next role, please visit womenwhocode.com/jobs. And if your company is hiring, please consider posting your best technical roles to the Women Who Code community. Diverse women make up approximately 6.3 million technologists globally. If by being a member of Women Who Code and investing in yourself, you receive an additional $3,500 per year, that represents an annual market impact for women who code of $1 billion. Our estimated annual market impact is $1 billion. That's tremendous. But our potential market impact is 22 billion globally. So as you invest in yourself, know you are 1 in 6 million with the power to reasonably generate $22 billion of wealth for women and their families globally. Today, women are underrepresented in this critical sector, and Black and Latinx women are among the communities that are disproportionately impacted. We look forward to a world where diverse women are better represented as engineers and technology leaders. But right now, that gap is widening. And even though 80% say that they love their jobs in tech, about half will leave by mid-career, often because they can't see a pathway to excel. A key rung in the leadership ladder that continues to be ignored is the move up from individual contributor. Men are often hired based on their potential, and women are hired based on their demonstrated experience. Diverse women need a pathway to demonstrate and practice leadership, and that is what we've built. 8 years ago, I stood on a stage at Women Who Code's first hackathon and proudly shared that we had grown 3x that year to reach 6,000 members. Today, Women Who Code serves 290,000 members globally. We would never have expanded this quickly without the volunteers who are both building and part of this community. I encourage you to connect with them and even become one. Our focus on supporting women in the workforce today comes from the knowledge that if we do nothing, half of women will leave their technology jobs at about the 10-year mark. We have a big opportunity to have a tremendous impact through our work. Every time we are able to create a sense of belonging, build skills, and ultimately retain a woman in the industry, her lifetime earnings increases by $1.7 million. So think forward. If we retain 50% of the community most likely to leave, we will be helping add $250 billion of wealth for diverse women and their families globally. It costs $27 to provide programming to a member of our community for an entire year. For the first time ever, we're launching an end-of-year donation match campaign. Art Blocks has generously offered to match the next $100,000 of donations, and two of their NFT artists, Steen and Neo, have both offered to match the first $80,000 in donations. Today, if you or your company chooses to donate $27, it will have a $108 impact and provide programming for 4 members for an entire year. If you want to show your support in a different way, please tweet why Women Who Code is important to you with hashtag WWCode, because there's one message that's loud and clear from this great industry, and that is we need you, and it's a better industry with you in it. We recognize that leadership exists at all levels. So please take a moment with me now. Close your eyes and imagine yourself 10 years from now. And you're looking back at your career. How have you invested in yourself? Have you stayed in your chosen career? Did you give your first talk at Women Who Code? What path to leadership did you take? Did you choose the technical path, management, or something else altogether? I'm asking each of you to identify and commit to two things today. First, think of something you can do in your role over the next 6 months to live leadership and take a step toward that future self. Now open your eyes. If you want, you're welcome to share in the chat what your idea is if you want to really reaffirm. But second is to find an accountability partner. Maybe it's someone you met at Connect, maybe it's someone you work with, but ask them to check in with you over the next 6 months. Help you stay accountable to this goal. Because with you, we look forward to the next 10 years of moving closer to our vision, where diverse women are better represented as engineers and technology leaders. Thank you. And I'm thrilled to welcome Samaria Rooks, Chief People and Inclusion Officer at Women Who Code.
Hello, and welcome to Connect Forward. My name is Samaria Rooks, Chief People and Inclusion Officer here at Women Who Code. We are in a moment of deep transformation in the job market. It has been called the Great Resignation and the Great Reshuffle. But what is clear is that we are all reevaluating our professional priorities and demanding more. Women Who Code is proud to be part of the community driving this change. Whether you are entering or re-entering the tech industry, building career resilience, or exploring leadership, the time is always now to understand how to navigate your career. First, by analyzing your current situation. A key to doing this is keeping a log of your accomplishments. Some may call it a brag book, in accordance with your current job descriptions and previous job descriptions. Something I personally like to do is to set a calendar reminder for the last Friday of each month and reflect and record everything from that month that is in relation to my job duties and accomplishments. This helps to keep track of your accomplishments, not only for your annual reviews, but also to highlight on your resumes and answer behavioral interview type questions. Now, if you decided you want to change careers, it is time to assess where you are versus where you would like to be. Outline what the next step for you looks like. Determine why exactly you want to change careers. Then, each time you find a job opportunity, ask yourself, will this job provide the change that I need? Then it's time to pay attention to the changing trends. Make sure that your idea of a specific career area or career in itself lines up with reality. With all the advances in technology and changes in the economy in the past few decades, which we are all so familiar with, you want to make sure that your dream job actually exists and will continue to do so long term. Lastly, utilize your resources. If you guess this is where Women Who Code fits in, then you are 100% right. This moment of shift is the reason we've created the Women Who Code career navigation track. To have a specific place to house the resources you need to navigate the non-technical areas of your career. Career navigation is about finding your way in a crowded, dynamic landscape and tackling these obstacles together with your Women Who Code community. Throughout the whole process, interviewing, negotiations, remote work, and more, don't worry, we have your back. We are so excited about this transition and transformation, and there is just so much more to come. But thank you again for taking the time to being here with us today. Although we are celebrating 10 years, and we are super, super excited about that, we know that this is just the beginning. We cannot thank you enough for being the best part of Women Who Code and cannot wait to see you throughout the rest of Connect and our future Women Who Code events. It is our hope that you have the most amazing experience, gain knowledge that can take you through the rest of your careers. And we are so happy that you are here. Please enjoy yourselves. And again, welcome to Connect Forward.